In the celestial hierarchy before the dawn of humanity existed Azezal, an angel of formidable power and stature. He belonged to a group known as the Grigori, the Watchers, tasked with observing the nascent earth. Their duty was to observe, to learn, to report, and to never interfere. Azezal, with eyes like burning coals, excelled in his duties. His knowledge was vast, his understanding profound. He could unravel the mysteries of the cosmos. His wisdom was sought after by many, his counsel valued by all. But within him, a seed of ambition began to sprout, a hunger for more than just observation. As he watched humanity take its first steps, a dangerous curiosity took root in his heart, a desire to shape, to mold, to control. This desire, this hunger would prove to be his undoing. It set him on a path that would lead him away from the divine light and into the abyss of darkness. Azezal's curiosity soon turned into action. He began to interact with humans, sharing with them forbidden knowledge. He taught them the secrets of the heavens, the art of crafting weapons, and the use of advanced tools. His influence grew, and with it, his desire for control. The humans, in awe of his power, began to revere him. But this reverence came at a cost. The balance of the world was disrupted. The knowledge that was meant to be hidden was now in the hands of mortals. Azezal's actions did not go unnoticed. The other Watchers, bound by their duty, could only watch in despair as their brothers strayed further from their divine mission. The heavens trembled as Azezal's path led him deeper into darkness. His once bright light now cast a long shadow over the earth. The consequences of his actions would echo through eternity, marking the beginning of a new and tumultuous era for both angels and humans alike. Azezal, the once lauded Watcher, began to question his role. Why merely observe when he could guide? Why simply watch when he possessed the knowledge to shape? His heart, once filled with celestial light, grew heavy with discontent. He saw humanity struggling, mired in ignorance and prone to violence, and he believed he knew better, believed he could offer them a better path, a path illuminated by his wisdom, guided by his hand. His whispers of dissent reached the ears of other angels, those who, like him, felt the allure of forbidden knowledge. They saw in Azezal a leader, one who dared to challenge the divine order. A rebellion was brewing in the celestial realms, a rebellion that would shake the very foundations of heaven. And at its heart stood Azezal, the fallen angel, ready to claim his own dominion. Azezal, driven by hubris and a thirst for power, delved into forbidden knowledge. His insatiable curiosity led him to ancient scrolls and texts that had been hidden away for centuries, guarded by those who knew the dangers they contained. He sought to unlock the secrets of creation, secrets that had been whispered about in legends and myths, but never fully understood by mortal minds. Secrets that were meant for God alone, secrets that held the very fabric of the universe together. He believed such power would make him God's equal, a being capable of shaping reality itself. His studies led him down dark and dangerous paths, paths that twisted and turned through the shadows of forgotten realms. He communed with entities from the abyss, beings that existed beyond the veil of our world, entities that whispered temptations of power and forbidden knowledge, promising him the keys to the universe. They offered him a glimpse of a world beyond heaven's light, a world where the rules of existence were different. The line between good and evil blurred in his mind. As he struggled to understand the true nature of the power he sought, his ambition clouded his judgment, making it difficult for him to see the consequences of his actions. He became consumed by the pursuit of power, losing sight of his original intentions. The whispers of the abyss became his only guide, leading him further into darkness. And in his quest for knowledge, he stumbled upon a truth that chilled him to his core, a revelation that shook the very foundation of his beliefs, a prophecy that spoke of a being born of man, who would one day surpass even the angels, a being whose power would eclipse that of the divine. The whispers of rebellion eventually reached God. He saw the darkness festering in Azezal's heart, the pride, the ambition, the lust for forbidden knowledge, and he knew he had to act. Azezal and his followers were cast out of heaven. Their wings, once symbols of purity and light, were stripped away. They fell from grace, burning like meteors across the sky. They landed on earth, broken and filled with bitterness, their celestial beauty twisted into grotesque forms, their once angelic voices warped into guttural growls. Azezal, once the Watcher, became the fallen. His name, once whispered with reverence, became synonymous with sin and rebellion. He was no longer an angel of light, he was a demon, forever bound to the darkness he had embraced. Section 5. The Corruptor's Touch, Azezal's Influence on Earth. Cast down to earth, Azazel sought to corrupt God's creation. He saw humanity as his instrument, his revenge against the heavens. He would twist them in his image, make them forget their divine origins. He taught humans the arts of war and violence, fueling their darkest impulses. He introduced them to vanity and greed, sowing the seeds of discord and destruction. Under his tutelage, humanity strayed from the path of righteousness. They waged wars, committed atrocities, and abandoned their better nature. Azazel reveled in their descent, his heart filled with bitter satisfaction. He had poisoned God's creation, and he would ensure that humanity forever bore the stain of his influence. Section 6. The Mark of Azazel, a legacy of sin and temptation. Azazel's influence spread like a plague across the earth. He whispered temptations in the ears of kings and queens, seduced the righteous from their path, and reveled in the chaos he created. He became known as the scapegoat, a being who carried the sins of humanity, a symbol of their capacity for evil. His name became synonymous with temptation and the fall from grace. Generations were born under his shadow, their lives touched by the darkness he had unleashed. His mark was etched upon their souls, a constant reminder of their potential for evil. And as humanity descended further into chaos, Azazel laughed. His revenge against God was complete. Section 7. The Future of the Fallen, Prophecies and Portents. Ancient prophecies speak of a time when Azazel will rise again, a time when the chains that bind him to the earth will be broken, and he will walk among humans once more. Some believe he will return as a harbinger of the apocalypse, ushering in an age of darkness and despair. Others claim he will seek to reclaim his lost place in heaven, leading a new rebellion against the divine order. Regardless of the prophecy, one thing is certain. Azazel's return will herald a time of great upheaval, a time when the fate of humanity hangs in the balance. And only time will tell if mankind is strong enough to resist the temptations of the fallen. Section 8. The Scourge of God, Azazel's Defining Traits. Azazel is a being of immense power and terrifying charisma. His presence alone is enough to inspire fear and dread. But it is his mind, his intellect, that makes him truly dangerous. He is cunning and manipulative, able to exploit the weaknesses of others with ease. He is a master of deception, twisting words and manipulating emotions to achieve his goals. He is fueled by an insatiable hunger for knowledge and power, a hunger that led to his downfall, and a hunger that continues to drive him to this day. He is the embodiment of pride, the epitome of rebellion. He is everything that God despises, and he will stop at nothing to see his will done. Section 9. A Hated Legacy, Why Azazel is Reviled. Azazel is reviled for his role in the corruption of humanity, for introducing them to violence, vanity, and greed, for leading them astray from the path of righteousness. He is blamed for the sins of mankind, for their capacity for cruelty and destruction. He is seen as a symbol of everything that is wrong with the world. He is the embodiment of temptation, the whisper in the back of your mind urging you to give in to your darkest desires. He is the reason why humans struggle with sin and temptation, and for that, he is hated and feared in equal measure. Section 10. The Enduring Shadow, Azazel's Place in Demonology. Azazel occupies a unique and terrifying position in demonology. He is not simply a demon, he is a fallen angel, a being who once stood in the presence of God. His story serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder that even the most righteous can fall from grace, that even the most powerful can be corrupted by ambition and pride. He is a figure of enduring fascination and horror. His name is whispered in hushed tones, his deeds recounted in legends and myths. He is a reminder that evil can take many forms, and that even in the darkest corners of the world, there is always hope. Section 11. Conclusion. Azazel, a name whispered in fear. Azazel. The name itself carries a weight of history, of rebellion, of forbidden knowledge. It echoes through the annals of time, a name that has been both feared and revered. From the heights of heaven to the depths of hell, his tale is a tapestry woven with threads of ambition, betrayal, and ultimately, despair. His fall from grace is a story that has been told and retold, each time with a new layer of meaning. He stands as a testament to the seductive nature of power, the intoxicating lure of forbidden knowledge, the allure of what lies beyond the boundaries of the known world, the temptation to reach for more, to grasp the unattainable. A fallen angel who chose his own path even if it led to eternal damnation. His choice was a defiant act, a declaration of independence that came at a great cost. His story serves as a warning, a cautionary tale that has been passed down through generations, a reminder of the consequences of hubris and the dangers of overreaching, a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable power, the true measure of strength lies in resisting temptation. The ability to say no, to turn away from the easy path is what defines true courage, in choosing the path of righteousness, even when the road is fraught with difficulty. The journey may be long and arduous, but it is the only way to true enlightenment and peace. For in the end, Azezal is a symbol of what we might become if we succumb to our darkest desires. He is a mirror reflecting our own potential for evil, a dark shadow that lurks within us all, a name whispered in fear, a reminder of the ever-present potential for darkness within us all. His story is a call to vigilance, a plea to guard against the darkness that lies in wait.